Hey friends, okay friends, hey friends, home sweet home, I'm back in... Hey friends, it's been a bit since I talked about HubSpot's mobile app, and kind of a lot has happened, so whether you're in marketing or sales, you should definitely listen to this. Check it out. So here I am on the home page, and here at the top I can see my tasks that are coming up, and notice the red dot and the yellow dot. Task priority now is color-coded inside the app, which is great. And then down here I can see my upcoming meetings, which is fun. And then my forecast progress is here at the bottom, which is cool. I'm not making any progress toward my goal, but that's all right. I'm sure you'll forgive me. Notice too, here at the bottom, this navigation is totally different now. It used to be a lot of different buttons. Now it's just 3 buttons. So there's a search bar you can use to search everything. The menu button opens all the menu things that you're used to seeing. So contacts, companies, deals, tasks, activity feed, tickets, recorded calls, custom objects, and wait, a marketing section? You can do social stuff in here? Let's check that out. So here are some posts. You can see published and you can see scheduled. And look, when you click through the published ones, here you can see how it's performing, right? And also there's a link to go view it right now on, in this case, LinkedIn. Super cool. And then the other piece of this new main nav at the bottom is this big plus button. And you can create all kinds of things. This is where you can scan your business cards. And look, you can create social posts right here. I don't know how to direct your attention. Second option from the bottom, right? So all of that is really cool. But I think the thing I'm most excited about is if we go back to my homepage here, if I'm going to call Katie, my beloved wife, look, I can click this call button. And historically, you've only been able to call from your own phone number, but look in this bottom left-hand corner, call method, HubSpot calling. What? You can now use your HubSpot calling inside of the mobile app. Hey friends, HubSpot is now available in traditional Chinese. So check this out. Here I am just on my personal settings. And if I go to my language settings, Chinese is right here. I can select it and it will change my portal into Chinese. It's worth noting, if your phone settings, if your phone language is Chinese, the mobile app will also be in Chinese. And the knowledge base is now available in Chinese, so all of our documentation is there. So let your Chinese friends know, or if you speak Chinese and prefer to operate in that language, go ahead and turn it on. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions. Oh my goodness, friends. So many things. So, for a long time, HubSpot didn't have a fiscal year setting, right? And then you all said we want a fiscal year setting, so we put a fiscal year setting in there. Over the course of this year, I've become aware of the fact that it doesn't do a lot. Some of you have been like, how do I set goals on the fiscal year? How do I forecast on the fiscal year? And I've always been like, just set fiscal year and doesn't it work? And you've been like, no, Kyle, it doesn't. Well, now it does. So check this out. Here I am in my account defaults. And I'm going to set my fiscal year to something random. June to May, how about? And we're going to save that. And now, check this out. If we go over to sales and we go to forecast, look, when we're forecasting, we have fiscal quarters and fiscal years as options, and it knows what they are. Awesome. So that's forecasting. Super simple. Now check out goals. And this is what I'm really excited about. So I came into the goals section to make sure that, fiscal year actually works here. And it does. Look, if we create a goal, we'll do from a template, we'll call it this catchy name, and we'll do it on revenue. And we'll come over here and look, just by default, it goes straight to fiscal year. And if you don't like that, you can go to your setting and change your fiscal year. And you can choose, which year you're choosing. So awesome. Fiscal year works just as advertised, just as you would expect it to work. Great. Do you notice anything interesting about this page? Anything else jump out to you? What is this up here? Do you intend to forecast for this goal? Yes, create forecasts for this goal and view in reporting. Or no, create team goals with multiple pipelines and yearly milestones. What? Can we just explore this for a minute? Look, we can select users and teams. We can choose our monthly, quarterly, yearly duration, whatever. Let's just assign it here. Yep, great. And then look, we can select multiple pipelines. If you want to set a goal that looks across all your different pipelines instead of just being tied to one, you can totally do that now. Okay, friends, let's talk about security logs because they just got a new UI and because there are a lot of things in there that I think maybe a lot of people don't know exist. So check this out. Here I am in my settings, and if we go to account defaults right here, we go to the security tab. You can see view, export. They used to all be export, but login history and security activity history now have view. So if we click view on login history, we're going to see a list of times people have logged in, whether they logged in successfully, what their IP address was, location, user agent, and time. And you can still export this if you need to export it, but now it's in this nice UI setting, and you can filter by different users if you want to see a particular user's activity. Very cool. So if we go back, the security activity history, this one is the one where I think you are probably all living below your privileges. So here, there's not a whole lot to see, but it's the same sort of UI. If we look at the knowledge doc for this, look at all the things that get listed here. Adding, removing, requiring single sign-on, importing acceptance tests, exporting, adding, removing, impersonating users, and admin, adding and removing admin permissions, deactivating or reactivating users, viewing, creating, or deactivating an API key, turning email tracking and attachment logging settings on and off, adding and removing email recipients from the never log list. So you can create a never log list so the emails you're sending from Gmail or Outlook don't ever get logged. So like emails I send to my wife, for example, maybe put her on that list so that she doesn't end up in my CRM. Performing a GDPR delete, installing integrations. This was actually a feature request that came up in a thread in the admin hug LinkedIn group, and it turns out this already exists. It's in here. Sending manual registration emails or password resets, creating a payment account, and creating, syncing, or deleting sandboxes. Hey friends, got a couple cool updates to our call analysis tools, so check this out. Here I am on the calls page inside HubSpot, which you can just get to from contacts, calls, and here my calls are all listed out. First thing you should know, Preview pane has gotten some serious upgrades. So you've always kind of been able to like review the call here, but now you can see the name of it, some information about it, and if you come down, you can see information about it here, and you can associate it to different records. So if this is associated with, you want to associate with a ticket, for example, or a vehicle if you're using custom objects, you can handle that all right here in the side pane, and that is super cool. So that's update number 1. If we come in here, the updates only get cooler. So we have changed commenting. So now this is actually in beta. You need to opt into it. Go to your product updates and find the one about inline commenting for call recordings. But we can show this here. And historically, I actually didn't realize this. Comments have always been general comments. So like previously, why were you talking about this? Right? Like I came in and I looked at this recording and I was like, why are we talking about the Monty Python Spanish Inquisition thing? And I left a comment. I thought it was associated with this thing. It's not. It's just for the call as a whole. And if you want to leave comments about the call as a whole, you can do that. You know, did a good job asking questions. You knew do a better job of focusing on needs or whatever. Now you can do contextual commenting. So if you actually want to comment on this thing right here, you can leave an inline comment that's, why were you talking about this? And now it's clear that this is connected to this particular part of the call, which is super great. But I think my favorite update, this one I think is not in beta, it's just generally out, is the improvement to how we share things. So previously, you would click share, and it would just kind of give you a URL that you could copy, and then you could send it to someone, and assuming they have access, they could access it. But look at this new sharing screen. What? You're not only determining a start time, but you can trim the end time if you want to send just a specific clip of this call, whatever it is, and you can listen and make sure you get the right part. And you can add a message here like, hey, check out, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you can send to users, just like, yes, I want to send it to that one, and that one, and that one, and share. Or you can copy the link if you still want to copy the link and send it through Slack or whatever. But like, this is so cool. This is so fun. Hey friends, it's a big day for being able to manage your custom objects inside the UI. So those of you who are opted into the beta that lets you create custom objects and visualize the way they're connected to each other, you just got a few new features that I'm so excited about. Check this out. So here we are inside my custom object settings, and I have just a ton of custom objects, especially since this create a custom object button came along. I'm always demoing it and creating new things like babies, I'm just stuck with them, right? Because I'm not going to run API calls to delete them. But now there's this actions button, and look, I can see where the object is used, and babies is used in 0 places, which is good news. That means I can just go ahead and delete it. Why not? Yeah, bye-bye, babies. All gone. Awesome. And look at this, there's more. If I want to edit this custom object, that's an option now. Maybe I didn't want to call this cars. Maybe I decide what we really have is trucks. And look, I'm just going to edit this and call it trucks. Truck and trucks and save, and done. Now it's trucks.
That was so easy. And the thing I really love about this is if we look at pets, if we look at where this object is used, you can see pets is used in kind of a lot of places. So if I'm just like, I'm done with pets, away it goes, it's going to say, no, you got to do some cleanup first, Kyle. Let's think about what's going to happen if you delete this. Hey, Microsoft Teams users, our integration with Microsoft Teams just got an update, so you can now use it to interact with the conversations inbox. Live chats and things coming in can be sent to Microsoft Teams, and you can interact there. I don't have Microsoft Teams, so I can't demo this live, but I have some helpful screenshots, so let's take a look at this. So if you're looking at your connected Microsoft Teams account, you'll see this under connected teams. You'll see upgrade for new features, and there's this upgrade button. So you'll need to click that to get this new feature working. And once you've done that, you can go over to this conversations inbox tab, and what you'll see there is this. You'll see your different inboxes listed out. You can turn them on or off for your Teams integration. And then you can select the team and the channel you want those conversations routed into. And once you've done that, they'll come in here and you can respond here. You can click the reply in inbox to go inside of HubSpot.
Hey friends, got some cool new updates to lists. So check this out. Here I am looking at a list. This is my ICP list, and here you see your filters, and here you see the people in the list. But look, there's this new performance tab. Here you can see the list size and how that's changed over time. Not very interesting on this particular list, but you can see how that would be interesting. You can see a breakdown of engagement by source, by country, by life cycle stage, whatever it is you want to see here. And then in the last 30 days, how many contacts in this list have visited your website, converted on a form, opened an email, clicked in an email, submitted an NPS survey. You could see this over time, and that would be, well, in the last 30 days, how many have done it. Super cool. The other thing is there's now this details button. You don't have to be on the performance tab, filters or performance, either way. Got the details button. This opens up. You can see the name, the type, how many are in it. Last time a contact was added, when it was created, when it was last updated, all the places it's used in. If it was used anywhere, they would be listed here in the used in tab. And then the list ID, if you're doing stuff with APIs and stuff, you can just copy this ID and run with it instead of having to go pull it out of the URL. I have got a very special holiday gift for you admins out there. There's a beta you want to opt yourself into that gives you the ability to require associations when a new record is created. So check this out. Here I am on the products update page. This is the beta you're interested in. Configure associations when record is created. Opt yourself into that beta and then look what happens. Just as an example, let's look at a deal. Let's say when a deal is created, you want to require it to have a contact and company associated with it, right? Right now when you create a deal, by default, contacts and companies appear here, right? But I could leave them blank if I wanted to. But if we edit this form, now that I'm opted into this beta, look, down here is so you can add and require properties. You're used to that. But look, associate with, you can choose which of these, even the custom objects, which ones appear in this form. And if you want to require them, you can make them required at creation. Hey friends, got a cool new update to our NetSuite integration and our Microsoft Dynamics 365 integration. So for both of these integrations, you can now embed pieces of HubSpot inside NetSuite or Microsoft. So I don't have access to either of those CRMs, but here's some screenshots, and you can embed record timelines, you can embed association insights, and you can embed workflow enrollment and history information in both of these systems. And to do this, you're just gonna go to your integration settings and find the feature discovery tab. And in NetSuite, you're gonna turn on the unlock sales orders, and in Microsoft, you're gonna enable extra features. But either way, once you've done that, you can start to see HubSpot stuff right inside of these other systems, and there's a view in HubSpot link if you wanna go into HubSpot. Hey friends, over the course of the last month or two, we have raised a lot of limits that existed inside of HubSpot, and so I just want to tell you about them. First of all, save sections in website themes. Save sections is a new feature that came out earlier this year. I made a video about it, but you were limited to 25 per website theme. We've lifted that to 50. So now each website theme can have 50 different save sections in it. And then a couple of limit changes for enterprise customers. If you have been using business units, you still have to purchase them individually, but you were limited to 50 business units. You can now have up to 100. So for you super complex companies, multi-brands out there, go nuts. And then finally, in the shared inbox, you have been limited to 50 custom views in there, but enterprise customers can now create 600. So 3 limits that have been lifted. as saved sections on pages, number of business units, and custom views in the shared inbox. Those are all now live. Enjoy. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. Hey friends, let's talk about approvals in marketing emails because a lot has happened recently and I think a lot more is going to happen in the future. So check this out. Here I am in the email settings in my account. It's way down here at the bottom. And there's this approvals tab that's in beta and you can come turn on this switch. And what that does is people will need to request approval to send an email before they can send it. And you can actually, admins are approvers by default, but if you go to, for example, this user here who is not an admin, and you go to account, you can give them permission to approve content. But that is not turned on currently. So here I am logged in as that user, and I'm creating this email. And instead of being able to send it right now, what I'm going to do is request approval. And I'll select my approver. That's going to be this guy because he's the only one here. And I can add a message if I want to. Hey, what do you think of this email? You might say something more contextual and helpful than that, but you request approval. Now, as an admin, as an approver, I can come back in here and I can go over to email. And there's actually you can add a column for approval status. And you can see, this one's pending approval. And so if I come in here, approvals are managed in this sidebar here. So the same place you would do comments and app mentioning. I love this tool. I love comment mode where you can comment on specific elements and things. But they've added this approval section. And I can see, Andre requested approval. He added this information to me. And up here, I can approve it or I can request changes. And if I'm going to request changes, I just add some comments like, hey, Andre, whatever. You need to actually personalize this. This is just the default text, whatever, comment, right? And then Andre's going to get that comment. We come back over here, open up the comments. We can see the notes and we can talk back and forth. And I can recall my approval, or I can make the changes and hope that it gets approved again. Friends, there seems to be no end to the updates coming to the campaigns tool this year. We've made some improvements now to the way influenced contacts work. So check this out. Here I am looking at the performance tab of a fake campaign that unfortunately has no data in it. So you'll have to use your imagination a little bit. But look, down here at this bottom chart, you can look at new contacts. You can also look at influence contacts, and you're going to see them on a daily basis, right? Or you can change that, but over time, you're going to see how many contacts were influenced by this campaign. And up here in influence contacts, if you click on this, you will see a table of all of those influence contacts. They'll just be listed here. And historically, you've been able to see the list of influence contacts, and you could add them to a static list, but that was about the best you could do. Now look at this use and list thing. If you want to add them to a static list, you can choose a static list to add them to. But look, what if we just create a new list? What do we get here? We're testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How about add to list? Let's click this link to see that list I created. And check this out. This is not a static list. This is an active list. And look. Marketing campaign influence, where marketing campaign is equal to any of this is my campaign, right? And this is now processing. But check this out. This is a thing you can now do as you create lists. You can just add a filter for marketing campaigns. Look, and campaign influence. And you can set it to occurred at or select the marketing campaign, right? Is equal to any, is not equal, is known, is unknown. You can really get very granular on the contacts influenced by your campaigns. Hey friends, the trigger a webhook action in workflows inside Operations Hub just got another cool new update. You can now add static values. So check this out. Here I am in a workflow. I've added this format data thing. This is not important. I just want to show you that it will kind of be important, but it doesn't have to be a format data thing. The one I really want to show you is send a webhook. And this is, what I'm about to show you works for both post and get. We'll do post first. So when you're posting, you're sending your HubSpot data into some other system. And this is a contact workflow. So you can send all contact properties, or you can customize the request body to just specific values. And historically what we've had is this, where you can include certain properties. Notice too, the reason I added format data is you can include the outputs from any previous workflow action if it has outputs. So that's super cool, right? And you can add as many of these as you want, and you can give them keys, right? So like first name and you could call this, you could add first name, right? Easy, easy. What we've added is this down here, static values, where you could do like, color code and call that red. And that would just always be true for all of them. You can add as many as you want. Hey friends, there have been a lot of little updates to permissions over the course of this year, and I've let most of them go by because they're just so small they don't seem worth making a video about. But updates are kind of like snowflakes. One never hurt anybody, but a bunch of them gang up on you and you're in trouble. So I'm going to share some updates and permissions that you may not know are there, even though they've been there a few months, some of them. So here we are, defining the permissions for my alter ego, Andre here. Under object access, I called out that companies and contacts were separated. I mentioned that in a video a while ago, but it's worth repeating. Notes now has its own thing. This happened a couple months ago. So if you want people to only be able to see the notes they write on records or that their team writes, you can limit them to that so they don't have the noise of all the other teams who may be leaving notes on their records. So that's cool. And then if we come to reports, this is brand new. This actually just came out this week. Data quality tools, so that data quality management and duplicates and formatting issue tools that we've been rolling out, you can now control whether or not people have access to those tools if you have access to those tools. And then the final thing I want to call out is reporting access used to include campaigns. If you wanted someone to have access to campaigns, you had to turn this off. We have changed that. Reporting no longer includes campaigns. Now if you go over to marketing and look at the marketing tools, Campaigns has its own section, and you can control view and edit access for campaign. Hey friends, a subtle but powerful update to Playbooks has just rolled out. So if you have the enterprise version of Playbooks, where the interactive questions can be linked and fed into properties, you've probably experienced the frustration of opening a playbook on, for example, a contact record, and the questions are supposed to update a deal record or deal property, and so they're just grayed out and they don't work. Now that is no longer the case, check this out. This is so cool. So here I am on the contact record for Katie, my beloved wife, who is a contact. And if I open this demo outline thing, this updates deal properties. And Katie is associated with 3 different deals over here. So what you're going to do is you're going to select which deal you want to update for this particular property. And then you can answer the questions appropriately, and that's the deal whose properties will be updated. Hey friends, got a fun new beta that's really going to improve your editing experience with Playbooks. So check this out. If you've ever created or edited a playbook before, you're probably accustomed to seeing something like this. And you kind of put your cursor where you want to add things, and you use this insert menu or these buttons up here. But once you have these questions, if they're in the wrong order, if you want to change it, I guess you just delete them and you're out of luck. But look, there's this little beta down here in the bottom left-hand corner. You don't have to go to the product updates thing. Just click this beta button and try the beta. And look, it looks the same, but it's actually way better now. Because look, if I click here, now we have inline insertion of whatever you want. Awesome. And you can drag and drop your questions into a different order if that is what you need. Hey friends, got another update to Playbooks. Some of you have already picked up on this. Very exciting. A while back, a few weeks, months, I don't know, we rolled out the ability to recommend playbook if a deal was in a certain deal stage. We've now expanded that so you can create rules on other things. Check this out. So here I am editing a playbook, and if you go to the settings tab, you can create rules for when it's to be recommended. Deal stage, like I said, we've had for a little while, but now contacts, lead status and life cycle stage, and also ticket status and category. So you can choose is any of, is none of. Whenever a contact or a ticket or a deal is in a particular stage, you can have this pop up. It'll be on top of the list of playbooks with a little recommended badge on it. Friends, meeting management inside of HubSpot just got so much more flexible. So check this out. Here I am logged in as not an admin. I am not an admin right now, but look, the owner dropdown is now here. And if I want to see someone else's meeting links, I can do that. And if I want to, take Kyle Jepson's link and just copy it so I can share it with someone, I can do that without having to ask Kyle or an admin for that. Or if I really like his office visit meeting, right? I can just clone that and I can have it too. So this is really handy. All users now have permission to look at other users' meetings and copy them and clone them. The other thing that's really cool is now I am logged in as an admin. If I go to the settings page and go to user permissions, this is a thing that I think a lot of you will be very excited about. Andre here, who I was just logged in as, this is the non-admin I was logged in as. Look, I can go to his sales access, and I can give him permission to create scheduling pages for other people. Let him create and edit scheduling pages. So right now, right, if he goes to this person, he can't edit, right? But we could give him permission to edit. Friends, our WhatsApp integration is so cool! It's live now, it's available. Check this out, I'm gonna try to show you everything. So here I am in my settings. First of all, let's talk about how to connect WhatsApp. So if you go to your inbox settings and you go to your inboxes, you can add it as a channel here. So you can connect a channel, and WhatsApp is an option here. You can connect your WhatsApp business account like you're seeing here. And then when you go over to inboxes, it will be a channel you can send messages from. And if people message your WhatsApp number, it shows up here. So check this out. Here I am on WhatsApp's their desktop client thing. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let's just see what that does. If we come back over to HubSpot, look at that. Whoa, what's this? Whoa, Kyle Jepson sent me a message. And look, because I am already a contact in here and my phone number, it's mapped, right? We know who we're talking to. What? Oh, hey Kyle. How's it going? Okay, typing is hard. And you know what? Because typing is hard, I'm just gonna do a voice message. So let's see if this works. Hey, it's going pretty well. I don't, your software probably doesn't let you take voice messages like this, but I thought I'd give it a try. How you doing, HubSpot? All right, we'll send that, and let's see what happens over here. What? And I can just right here in line? Hey, it's going pretty well. I don't, your software. It works! It's amazing! This is so cool. And it gets even better, because look, check this out. If we look at some of these other ones, look. It's been more than 24 hours. These sessions expire after 24 hours, but I can send a template? What? We have templates? What? Yes, we have templates. So if you go to the templates area where you're probably accustomed to creating email templates, there's this new tab for WhatsApp, and you have WhatsApp templates. And check it out. We've got personalization tokens and buttons and things, and I mean these are all managed inside of your Meta account, right? But they're here in HubSpot, and you can use them, and you can send messages to people. So that's all in here. That's pretty great. And then look, that's not all. If we go to workflows, you can do workflow stuff with WhatsApp. So if we look at this one here, look, you can have a form where people submit information, and they say their preferred channel is WhatsApp or email, right? And if it's email, you're gonna send an email. If they say WhatsApp, what are we gonna do? Can we maybe send a WhatsApp message? Yes, we can totally send a WhatsApp message, and we're gonna send it from this particular phone number, and we're gonna send this particular template, and we could just do that automatically. So cool, all inside of HubSpot. And the last thing I wanna show you is reporting, because there's reporting too, so check out these dashboards. For your chat conversations, you can see WhatsApp's doing great. It's killing Facebook Messenger and live chat. You can see all these things. Hey friends, got an update to Customer Portal that's about a month old now, but I'm just finally getting to it because there have been so many other updates, and so let's talk about it. Here I am inside Customer Portal settings, which are tucked away under websites way down here at the bottom, Customer Portal. And historically, up to this point, you've only been able to show that Customer Portal is where your customers can log in and see the status of their tickets. You've only been able to show open or closed status for those tickets, so they can see all their open tickets, all their closed ones. Now, if you've customized your ticket statuses, you can opt to show those to your customers so they can see what status your tickets are in. It's just a radio button, click that and save, and now they will see more statuses inside their portal. Okay friends, I've never done a demo of inbound calling, which is a feature that came out earlier this year, but I'm gonna do it now because it just got a really cool improvement where incoming calls are automatically associated to the appropriate record. So check it out. Here we are on the contact record for my beloved wife, and her phone number is known. I'm hiding it here because I don't want you to call her. But I have her phone here in my hand, and I have my phone here in my other hand. This phone is, my number is connected to an inbound HubSpot phone number, which I have saved in this phone now. So she's gonna give me a call, and I'm gonna answer.
Call is being recorded for training and quality assurance. By staying on the line, you consent to being recorded.
Sure, that's fine. I'm okay with being recorded. My phone is now ringing. Hi. Oh, we're gonna get an echo, aren't we? Alright, this is a bad phone call. Anyway, goodbye. Thanks for calling. Love you. Okay, now watch. Wait for it. Nothing up my sleeve. Ta-da! Look, a new inbound call from her phone number has been logged. And if we... Oh, I was a little slow clicking on it, but if we just refresh the page, here it is right here on her page. Awesome. So this is now live. You no longer have to manually associate inbound calls to the appropriate person. They just work. If the phone number's in there, it'll just work. So check that out. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions.